Hi, my name's John. I'm here at Sound Effects Music Studios to show you the latest piece of kit from Novation Circuit. Circuit is a portable standalone groove box featuring 2 Novation polysynths and a 4-part drum machine. This is combined with an intuitive grid-based sequencer and 9 rotary controls for shaping your sound. I'm going to give you a quick start guide on taking your first steps into Circuit by making a simple piece of house music. When you first power Circuit on, you have to hold down the Shift and Save keys. This is because Circuit ships without being able to save. So that's now enabled saving. If I select Sessions, I just click on here just to create a blank session. All of these sessions are default. This is a session that I've been working on recently. And this session is blank, so I'm going to use that one. Then I'm going to select Synth 1, and I can start to play using the keyboard view at the top, and this is the sequencer view at the bottom. Usually when we're creating a piece of music, a piece of house music, we'd start with the drums. So I'm going to go onto my drum 1. You'll notice that when I push drum 1, drum 2 lights up too. That's because they share the same sequencer page. The top 2 rows are the sequencer for drum 1. The bottom 2 rows, the sequencer for drum 2. If I want to sequence a simple 4 to the floor drum pattern on drum 1, which by default is the kick drum, I just need to push the following keys and push play. I wanted to add the snare beats on 2 and 4. I just need to highlight those 2. This gives me a 1-bar drum loop. If I wanted to play in my hi-hats, which by default are drum 3 and 4, I could program them in using the sequencer, but I'm going to play these in instead. If I hold Shift and push Note, that gives me the drum pads that are velocity sensitive. I'm going to play in a simple hi-hat beat. It's really easy and intuitive to make music with Circuit. If I take record off, it means that I'm not going to overwrite anything that I'm currently working on. I want to now add some chords. I'm going to start with chords rather than bass. So I'm going to go to Synth 2. You notice that because I'm still in expanded view with the notes, that I only have the keyboard. By default, the keyboard is tuned to a natural minor scale starting on C. We're going to stick with this for now, making a really quick piece of music here. So I want to play a 4-bar keyboard part. In order to do that, I need to set my pattern using the patterns button to 4 bars long. I can do this by holding the flashing button and then pushing button 4 away from it. Now, as you can see, it moves on in this way. And that's given me now a 4-bar pattern as opposed to a 1-bar pattern for that synth. So now I can start to program, play in a simple synth sound using the keyboard. I'm going to take record off again to make sure I don't overwrite anything. And then go over to Synth 1 and start thinking about the kind of sequence that I want to make for my bass. There's something simple like that. Again, I need to make this into a 4-bar pattern, so I'm going to click and hold and make a 4-bar pattern for Synth 1 now. You'll notice that the sync times are slightly out. In order to change that, I'm just going to start this again. I'm going to stop the project and make this a 4-bar loop. And that should mean everything should start at the same time. We're going to hit record now. Record that in. then shape that bass line using the rotary encoders. Make it a little bit deeper. We can also add some effects. So if we go into our effects and say we wanted to make our snare drum have some reverb on it, we can push the reverb button and then start to use encoder 6 to add a little bit of reverb. Like that. Okay. If we wanted to record the movement of that fader, so make it so that only the 4th beat in the snare drum had reverb on it, we can bring the reverb off and we can start to do that. So and you'll see that automation is recorded in. So there's a really quick guide to start making music with Circuit.